Hello and welcome to Kino-Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let's go. I played this over probably about a decade or more ago back on the DS, but haven't played it since, and I remember enjoying the game. We'll see how it goes in a non-touchscreen format. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Oh, it's the killer saying that. God, I'm stupid. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. And then I'll get a doctor to deal with this wart on my forehead. Okay, August 3rd, defendant lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right? Yeah, that's not the right sort of voice for it. I wish I could do voices! Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad you made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favour. Favour? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. Doesn't it all sound like a conflict of interest to be defending someone you know? I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Okay. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. I can't settle on a voice for this guy. Now that I've seen him, that voice didn't fit. Oh god, I wish I knew voice acting. I need someone to teach me. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Huh. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. And shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report case report cover to cover so many times. Okay, it's someone called Cindy. Ah, Cindy Stone. Okay. It's... wait. Oh. No way! I forgot! I'm trying to total blanket. But we just checked. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Okay, Tits McGee. Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the right bumper to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... well, we know she was bludgeoned, but I want to check this. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma, okay? She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It's found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Okay. Heavy statue. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the right bumper to check the court record frequently. Okay then. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls Mr. Butts to the stand. What the fuck accent was that? That wasn't the one I was using. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention, pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh, he gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, did you not say that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, what's your buddy? We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. That's not a good combination. Didn't they all die? I wasn't jumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I won't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay, so she came back on the 30th of July. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Oh, what was it? Yeah, it was the day before the murder. Didn't think it'd immediately be a contradiction, but it was worth a check. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, no, I already read that one. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took that money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! You can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want to answer that question. Don't want him to answer that question, sorry. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, I want to meet you in the afterlife. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you, or did you not? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. You weren't. What do I do? Answer honestly. If we try and make him avoid things, it'll just make him look more suspicious, I'd say. And if he gets called out on hiding it, they'll be I mean, I don't know if there's a trust system in this game or not or anything, but in reality, the shadier this motherfucker is, the less likely they'll be to believe even when he's telling the truth about things. So let's keep it honest. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Watts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Schwitt to the stand. God, what a slimy motherfucker! Mr. Schwitt, you sell newspaper subscriptions, it is correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Schwitt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. God, I wish we didn't already know that he was the murderer, because I would like to have multiple witnesses telling bullshit and then work out which one it is, because, I mean, I'd be suspicious of this motherfucker anyway, because he's so slimy looking. Ah. But that'd be the perfect way to do a red herring. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Why can't I object to this yet? How would you know that her phone wasn't working if you hadn't been in the apartment? Sus as fuck. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Remember the time exactly, it was 1 PM. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honour, at the time of the murder there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honour. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Schwitt used was one of those. Your Honour, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honour. You may begin your cross-examination. Okay, let's have a look at this first. I wish I could go more in depth into these pieces of evidence to see more of them. I wonder if that's something they don't add until either later in the game or in a future game. Because these little bits seem like they should be the surface level information, and then you'd inspect it and discover more that you could use. Cross-examination. You're on it. Seriously? You're gonna play like you don't know what cross-examination is? You are a lawyer, right? I mean, I know this is for the benefit of us, the audience, but that's just so fucking stupid! Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? I need to facepalm because of this, and I won't be surprised if you can hear this. Okay. Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Well, there's the first contradiction. He said he knew that the time when he made the phone call was 1 PM. So how did you see the person dead when they died 3 hours after that, dumb fuck? Open the court record with the right bumper, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Yep, that's fine. Thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Well, we haven't got any photographs of the apartment, have we? No, we haven't got any photographs that we can use as evidence, so far the only one is the time. So let's skip ahead till he says what time it is. There we go. You found the body at 1 PM, you're sure? Yes, it was 1 PM for certain. Really? Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that's This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sewit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Said the face that had no time for this shit. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program? That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program during a blackout. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I got this one. Okay, where's the TV? Oh, there we are, coming from the TV. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defence has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sewit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah! Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sewit. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. And slimy. My apologies, Your Honour. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sewit. Let's hear your testimony. Once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. In an apartment you said you didn't enter. Yeah, I guess that would explain it. Defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Now, I really wish that one of my pieces of evidence was the minutes from the court case itself, so I could just go back to his previous testimony that he specifically said he didn't enter the room, because I want to call him out on that, not just the fact that the murder weapon was a statue. I really want to call him out on his own words, not that he's obviously trying to lie that it was a different murder weapon. There, because that's the one. That is the one that I want to call out on. But I've got to wait for this one. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? But you with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sweat. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. You're on it, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright? It appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes, because he said he didn't enter the apartment. Plus, as you just pointed out, you would need to tilt its neck in order to hear the time. Which means he must have touched the murder weapon. Your Honour, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Yes, I pointed that out. Thank you. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. Well, there are so many pieces of evidence here, mate. Are you even going to point out the fact that somehow even though he said he never went in the apartment, he knew that the phone wasn't working? Or are you just going to forget that one part? You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. Mr. Sweat, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? And remember, I have no more fucks to give. Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never... Look, the clock, I saw... Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order. Order in the court, I say. You're right. A moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defence's claims. How about the contradictory testimony and the fact that he couldn't have known things without being in a place he said he wasn't? I don't know how much of that actually counts as evidence, though. I mean, it's suspicious as fuck, and anyone with a brain cell knows that that's enough, but I'm not sure about the law. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is right on this. Better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sweat heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? Ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sweat heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sweat, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing? Oh, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Shit, he's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I'm so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I can't let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sweat. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. Yeah, only because you haven't checked its power supply. I mean, if it's running off batteries, why wouldn't it be 3 hours? Wait, no. I mean, the murder was in July, this is August, so it's been a few days, so I suppose you could say that it could end up 3 hours slow in that much time, but that's kind of stretching it to say that you can't prove it otherwise. I mean, you've still already proven that he was inside the apartment. I mean, how else would he have heard that? Because if nothing else, he's clearly admitted to having heard that statue. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sweat. Yeah? I mean, Chief? Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. Chief, it's sober. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow, and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Well, that depends, because I mean, if I could examine the clock, I could think of a reason, because from what little we've been shown, it doesn't have a mains power supply. There's no picture of a power cable to it, and surely if it had a power cable to it, it never would have been listed as a statue in the first place. It would have been listed as a clock. Oh! I didn't even think of that, Tomo! But Paris to Japan is certainly not a 3-hour time difference. That doesn't seem like it would be a right call. But I think you're right. I think it might be the time zone difference, but the time zone doesn't make sense to me. Give it a shot. I mean, I think they're trying to get me to just point out that it's because of the power cut. But the fact that it doesn't have a plug means the power cut would have no fucking effect on this. So, yeah. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. I think that the answer is the blackout record, but I'm going to go with yours, Tomo. Let's see if the passport is the key piece of evidence here. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Okay. How does that... Oh! Son of a bitch! What? That is big brain, Tomo. Because I'm thinking... Here I am thinking that Japan and Paris would have a big gap between them. So I'm thinking, oh, it can't possibly be a mere 3-hour difference. But the clock's not reading out 1 PM. It's reading out 1 AM. Because 15 plus 9 goes to 1 in a 24-hour clock. Motherfucker! Well played, Tomo. Well played. Well, it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. What? No, it's not. No, it is. I made a mistake somewhere. Shit, yeah, I'm a fucking... Oh, god damn it, Kino. God damn it. Yeah, I made a mistake. Ah. Yeah. Because 15 plus 9 is 24. For some reason I was taking it 10 to be 25. Fucking Kino. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sweat? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Okay, that one was a little too hard because that actually fucking hurt. Ow! That was a proper fucking head slap, that one was. Goddamn face palms. Order. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Yeah! I mean, it's a shocker. His story was so fucking flimsy. How the hell did the cops not work this out before he ever even reached a courtroom? Oh wait. You're gonna find out exactly why soon, when we meet Gumshoe. I mean, he's not a dumbass, but he definitely doesn't seem the smartest either. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Ta-da! And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out Frank Suetz was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Suetz let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Suetz grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and bashed her fucking brains in. Phew. Still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. Oh, it's all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is so fair. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. He wasn't the one who dealt it. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate dinner. Movie? My treat? Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I'm the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait. Wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. Made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. You, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathise with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathising. Really? Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Gee, I wonder what? The fact that she kept the statue he made for her? Check this out, Larry. Prove positive you weren't just some chump to it. Eh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry? And she took it with her when she travelled? Whatever, surely just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really? I am. Thanks. Hope it made him feel a bit better, at least. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent buds. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the centre of another incident. And I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. Would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia! What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. It's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favour to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I got you. So, why is it this time? It's a clock. Clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker. It tells you the time. Thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, not a little girl anymore, sis. No. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way. Yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 PM, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis. But expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. God, me too. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright. It's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya. Ow. Why are you recording conversations? That's creepy. What's that about? Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you're a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You're not... What? You're not... coniferous? What? Cogniferous? I'm guessing it's coming off cognizant, but why the first part? I have never... Well, obviously I have encountered this word once before in my life. The last time I played this over a decade ago, but I have no fucking clue what that word is. Okay. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Faye, I'm so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Faye. Stop showing us the murderer, damn it! We want to be surprised and work it out. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Yes, Chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. First, examine this room. It's not blood, and that can't be good. I have to go check and see if Mia, the chief's okay. Maybe there isn't anything in here then. Ah. Alright, fine, let's move. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold, left lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm, and her tits massive. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Damn, they must be big if you can feel them when you hold her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Oh, god damn it. I don't want to be reminded of that feeling. I can still remember my dog dying on my lap on the way to the vet. For fuck's sake. Chief. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Yeah. I mean, really? Okay. Yeah. Kind of looked like there might have been something there. Well, this is... Wait, really? I mean, I can't really tell what's there, but it looks like the ground's been smashed open. Why is that not a clue? No. The Chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. Okay, so it just goes yellow over anything that you actually can look at then. Fair enough. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice luxurious place. Huh. Okay, the user interface actually gets in the way of moving around. All the Chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Surprisingly, the Chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. A perfectly normal office desk. The Chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. Yeah, that's a good policy. Feinco ledger book. Everything's written in the Chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Right, I'd better call the police. Huh? That's strange. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. So that's why the message was recorded then. The guy who murdered her planted a bug in her phone. Okay. Police? Please, come quickly. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Oh, no. Clearly we haven't finished exploring the phone yet. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I better not use it. Oh, okay. Now what the hell is she screaming at? Because all she'd see is a trashed room. She wouldn't be able to see here. And there isn't even a pool of blood or anything. That's sus as fuck. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker, lying next to her, must have been the murder weapon. Okay. I'm surprised that wasn't added when I just scanned the actual statue. There's some glass shards near the Chief's body. Those are pieces of glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. But I already examined that! Nothing else that seems like a clue here. Huh? Piece of paper. Must have fallen from her hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Are we sure that we haven't found everything? That we have found everything? Hang on. That's not ticked off yet. It's painful to look, but I have to for Mia's sake. Looks like she's sitting there with a blunt weapon. Probably died instantly. Okay, now it's ticked off. What options do I have? Ah, good, so I can do mid-game saves, good. I was worried about that, with it doing a save at the end of that chapter. Huh? That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Uh oh, I hope she didn't run on me. Ah! Don't scare me like that. And we will continue talking to her after the break, next time on Kino-Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. New episodes upload daily to the YouTube channel, 9 PM UK time. Thank you for joining me, take care, and goodbye.